welcome back to Hell Yeah Gaming, where we're continuing our Would You Rather debates. We actually had a lot of fun with the last one, didn't we?
I like arguing.
Yeah. It's kind of a pastime around, especially where I come from in my family, where everyone just thinks that I argue about everything all the time, even though they are wrong.
Well, see, I kind of have the same thing going on, so, like, you know what? Fine, I'm going to own that, and I will be argumentative.
So this time, we're going to go ahead and flip, and I will always argue in favor of the red, and will always argue in favor of the blue. So we start off right here with, would you rather marry Demi Lovato or marry Selena Gomez? And I think our consensus here is neither.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about these
Exactly.
wonderful ladies to make a proper assessment, so sorry.
Yeah. I don't know anything about either of them, except I think Selena Gomez was a Disney actress singer before expanding out into the larger world.
Probably.
I'm not sure. Not my thing. I don't know. So, would you rather travel the world confined to a wheelchair, or spend your whole life in the same 200-mile radius? Wow. Okay, this is interesting. All right, and go ahead and kick us off.
All right, so with the wheelchair, there are definitely going to be challenges. There are definitely going to be people who will, like, kind of look down on you. There will be issues getting in and out, going around, because let's be honest here, not everywhere is necessarily friendly, but at the same time, you're traveling the world. You are seeing sights that a lot of people won't be able to see otherwise. You'll very likely have an escort, because you can't always get around by yourself. Trust me, I know from experience. And honestly, depending on where you go, some people are actually really, really kind to people. They'll assist you. They'll get you through faster, because they understand that you're at a disadvantage compared to, somebody who's able-bodied. But again, you're seeing the world, so you can go to different countries, you can experience different cultures, you can see what it has to offer, you can go to different festivals. Hey, learn a new language. Maybe, art. And sorry, it sounds repetitive, but
all right, I'm gonna let you finish, but everywhere you go, you're gonna face so much prejudice over something that you have absolutely no control over. And there's going to be so much that you can't do. And me personally, as someone who is able-bodied, like, I know that if I had to learn how to move around in a wheelchair, that I would deal with it. I would overcome the challenges. But why would you ever want to if the alternative is just making sure that you have the best community you could ever have? If you're in the same place, just make sure that the place you're in has got all the amenities you could ever need, and then you own that place. You take care of that place will take care of you. You become a pillar in that community. And then, from there, you will feel all the love you could ever feel.
Counterpoint. If there be war, you can leave if you have a wheelchair. If you're stuck, well, sorry.
If there be war and you're in a wheelchair, then I think you're probably not going to be able to move fast enough to get away.
Depending on where you are in the world, you can be just out of range. Well, meanwhile, in your little town, in your little 200-mile radius, if that's where the war zone is, you're stuck, bud.
And you know what? If that happens, in the extremely unlikely event that your 200-mile radius area is suddenly a war zone, then, hey, fight for home team. That's all I gotta say. Fight for home team. You always know where the best sites are. You know where all the best little mom and pop shops are, where you can forge a strong bond with your community. If anybody comes to visit, hey, guess what? You're the consigliere. You know exactly how to set people up the best way. And that means that your influence spreads across the world when, they go back home or they travel somewhere else. They'll let everyone know, hey, there's a super nice person in wherever you're at. And they know everything about the place. They are so helpful. You gotta check this place out.
All right, I think we've gone on.
I think we actually overshot that one by a pretty good margin. We're 6 minutes into this video now. Oh, so real talk, which one?
Honestly, I actually would like to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because, honestly, I have friends like all over. I do.
You do.
I would never see anybody if I was stuck here. So, whatever limitations I have, I will take them. And for those at home, I wasn't kidding when I said I have experience with this. My good friend Kieran is disabled and does use a wheelchair, so I do understand a lot of the challenges they've had to face with utilizing it because I was the one assisting them. So,
if you were to ask me 5 to 10 years ago, I would have died on this hill and said that I'll never leave. I'm staying right here, and this is my home, and I love it. But now, I am much more open to the idea of being able to go anywhere that I want, even if it means that I can't walk. Which is kind of funny since now I'm tied down, by a family and my son. So it's a little... But I absolutely, I would not mind, I wouldn't mind being confined to a wheelchair. It wouldn't bother me all that much, if I'm perfectly honest. And, I want to see Seattle and Oregon, Chicago, and there's some places in other countries I'd like to check out. So, travel, but confined to a wheelchair.
Yeah, agreed.
That one's much closer than most of the others from last episode.
Oh, I know. This one, it's a 54 for the wheelchair and 46 for the... And both of them actually have really good arguments as to...
Oh, yeah.
And I think it just kind of comes down to what you're personally comfortable with. Are you somebody who likes to get out, or are you someone who...
If you're agoraphobic, there's no way in hell you're going this way over this way.
No.
Sure. All right, next one. If you had kids, which I do, would you rather regurgitate food to feed them like a bird? Or lick your children to bathe them like a cat? All right, I'm starting this one off. Licking your children to bathe them. Hey, guess what? Saliva's got all the enzymes to break down all the bacteria. It is despite what you may think and the gross factor about it, it's one of the cleanest things that you can do. And hey, guess what? I mean, you already see parents out there all the time, licking their finger or licking a napkin to, wipe some smudge off their kid's lip or off their forehead or something. That's something that's already socially acceptable to an extent. So if you just had to, extend that the whole way around, guess what? I mean, it's not really that big a deal. It actually is very sterile, very clean, and they will greatly appreciate the personal attention. I think it'd forge a strong bond, even though it's very ucky.
Well, if you have to regurgitate your food, you're picking what your child eats. So you actually have a little bit of control over their diet since, they have to kind of rely on you.
Oh, you're already controlling what you're feeding your children to begin with, unless you just, free-range parent.
Well, we know kids. They're going to find things. They're going to eat things they probably shouldn't, no matter what you do. But this way, at the very least, it's quicker. Depending on how you do it,
That's why you put them on a leash.
It can be cleaner too. I mean, No one said you have to do it without aid. You could use a funnel, and then you.
You're feeding your kids. You're not putting oil in your engine.
Kids are messy. Okay. I mean, and honestly, with our modern society, if this is something we did, this is a product that would be on like every parenting list. Just honestly. So you have control of their diet. You have control of their diet. You can
speak up.
Sorry, I had something caught my throat for this.
Yeah, food for your kid.
They're always going to know that what you're giving them is pretty much good for them, and it's quick, it's fast. The best part is they don't have to chew; they can just swallow that stuff and just drink it down like a big parent. Actually, it is basically a homemade milkshake.
And it's disgusting.
It's not disgusting; it's natural.
You're getting stomach acid in there.
Well, you know what?
You're getting
for the animals that do regurgitate food,
mucus lining.
Yeah, the stuff in the stomach is there to assist. It works a little differently than human biology, so our biology would be very different, and it would allow.
But we're not birds. We're humans.
Well, guess what? In this theoretical scenario, this is how we feed our kids, which means we would have evolved to account for that.
Oh, I don't think that's what we're looking at here. You know, where in the legal contract of this game does it say that we've evolved specifically to do this? Okay, I think we're good on this one. Now, obviously, both options are extremely icky.
I would rather just regurgitate.
You would? Oh, so you are on the side that you argue.
I actually am. I like honestly. The size of a human child, that is a lot of licking. This is quicker and faster, and then it's like I purge and I'm done, okay?
Okay. You know what? I was legitimately on the side that I was arguing for, but since you mentioned surface area and the fact that, my son's only going to grow and get bigger over time, actually I think that does, just on a sheer level of patience value, I think that does sway me over to your side.
Wish I thought of that sooner. That's okay.
Ooh,
75% agree.
75 to I was in a pretty extreme minority there, wasn't I?
Yep.
All right. Moving on. Would you rather eat only lima beans for the rest of your life, or be allowed to eat your favorite meal, but only 3 times a week?
This isn't even a contest.
I feel like, I feel like this isn't a so. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this the way that we set the rules up, okay?
Oh, okay. You're allowed to skip France, but I'm not allowed to skip lima beans.
Okay, that's fair. But in seriousness, my favorite meal is pizza. And that's not something that you can normally really have several times a week anyway, just on a on a palate cleansing level.
I'm not even sure I have a favorite meal. I mean, I have stuff that I like to eat, but I wouldn't say I have a favorite meal.
I like this. Yeah, we'll just boom and wow.
91%.
That's not even, yeah, whoever thought of this one, get your life together. Okay. Would you rather ride in a hot air balloon or ride in a hovercraft? Ooh, okay. Okay, we can do this one.
Who started last time?
I did.
Okay. All right. So hot air balloon, that's craftsmanship. You are keeping a tradition alive with this. You have.
That's danger.
Yeah, I know exactly.
That's death.
Dude, what is life without taking a few risks? And
safe.
It doesn't. You sound like Iago. Okay. Well. Honestly, it doesn't say what type of hot air balloon, so I can ride a Darth Vader balloon if I want to.
Ooh, Darth Vader balloon.
Exactly. And, honestly, when you're up above, it's a nice, slow, kind of easygoing pace. You can actually really kind of take in what you're looking at, while at the same time you still have you can let go of the controls for a few minutes and just kind of just take in what you're doing. You're lifted on air, and honestly, have you seen balloon festivals? Those like just
I have.
And I actually rode in a hot air balloon when I was younger. That was like one of the most honestly breathtaking experiences of my entire life. Was just sitting there with my tiny little hands on the basket, just looking at the world and going, "Oh my goodness, I am like high above. I am a queen," and
Queen of death.
Exactly.
Queen
See, he gets it.
Queen of being about to die.
Well, you know what? Worth it.
I'm legitimately on the side I'm arguing for without question, Hovercraft. And here is why. Hot air balloon, you're going to die. Just, I don't care how safe the statistics are. I don't care what you say about the actual safety and how amazing and glorious it is. No, you're going to die. You're going to die.
I like you're not on a hovercraft.
Hovercrafts actually exist. They go on land. They go on the sea. They go in swamps. They go anywhere. They can go anywhere you want them to go.
It's a good way to get killed by a superhero, though.
Excuse me. Excuse me. If they're a real superhero, they won't kill you. And they'll know exactly what's going on.
Have you not seen the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire?
Of course I have.
Because I gotta specify, because there's like, what, 3 series out now?
That's too many to keep track of. So here's the thing. Okay, you're in the hot air balloon. Okay, you have massive amounts of fire 2 feet from your face.
Yeah, it's exciting.
You're gonna give yourself burns. You can tumble out the side of the basket, falling hundreds or thousands of feet to your imminent demise. With plenty of time to think about how awful of a decision it was to climb in that balloon to begin with. And while you're way high up there, guess what? You're suffocating due to lack of oxygen, and what little oxygen you do have is getting burned up by the giant fire right in front of your face. Okay? Hovercraft. Go anywhere you want. Ride around. Be like Zuma from Paw Patrol. You can go land.
Hot air balloon lasts longer. You can stay up longer. You can go farther. You can...
Says who?
Says me.
You can keep the keys in your hovercraft on as long as you want.
And here's the other thing. In that event of that fiery death, you have a parachute right there.
Oh, you mean the parachute that was comically misplaced with a bag of dirty laundry? Like every cartoon ever?
The actual balloon
thank
genius.
You. No, if you're going down in a fiery death, it's because the balloon failed. It failed.
Well, you know what? It was a Darth Vader balloon, so it's gonna look really awesome.
And I'm riding a Darth Vader hovercraft. Mic drop. Okay, cut. Legitimately, which one you go for?
Both of them sound like so much fun, honestly. But I'd say hovercraft only because I've never done it before.
I say hovercraft because of all the reasons that I listed before. I'm extremely acrophobic. I do not feel secure if I'm on a balloon. I'm fine on airplanes because I know that I feel secure. It feels like I'm walking on the ground. Screw balloons. No. This wasn't even remotely close.
Nope.
But
80% for the hovercraft.
I do want to go ahead and just put out there for you, Ann. If it weren't for my totally irrational fear of something that could legitimately kill me, I think you made you made some pretty good arguments. You made some pretty decent arguments. I would largely say that the reason it's a landslide victory in my favor is because probably for the same reason that I go for it, because screw balloons. All right. Well, we have definitely gone longer on this than I anticipated, so we're gonna have to go ahead and end this one here. I think we only got what 3 in this time?
Yeah, but they were pretty heated.
They were heated, all right. All right. So remember, leave a comment for each Would You Rather question, telling us which one you would rather do, and let us know who you thought won each debate. Seriously, I'm curious as to what you all think. If you enjoyed this video, if you thought it was funny or entertaining in any way, drop a like and that'll let me know. Of course, just go ahead and subscribe if you want similar content to this in the future. And do you have anything you want to throw out there?
Yeah, I still want that Darth Vader balloon.
Well, you know what? Darth Vader balloon would be pretty awesome. All right. Well, thank you all very much for watching. As always, I want you to have a fantastic rest of your day. And, of course, we can't let you go without a great big cheer of
Hell yeah!